Welcome to the Love Your Real Life podcast. I'm Faith Lauterbach, and this is a space to help you heal, rebuild, and create a life you truly love, even if it looks different than you imagined. Each week, I'll be sharing tools, encouragement, and real conversations about what it means to move forward after betrayal, heartbreak, or simply life not going as planned. I am honored to walk alongside you and help you love your real life. Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Love Your Real Life podcast. I'm so glad you're here. Before we start today's episode, I want to just pause and say thank you. Truly, thank you for showing up, for listening, for sharing these episodes with a friend, and for being a part of this space where we can talk about real healing, real growth, and learning to love your real life. If you tuned in last week, you heard my conversation with Jenny from Pure Sound Alchemy about sound baths and the healing power of sound. I really loved hearing from so many of you. I had people that shared their own sound bath experiences, some people who had more questions, and even a few who have now booked their first session of sound bath after listening. Each month, Jenny and I host a shared class where I guide you through gentle restorative yoga, and then she leads a sound bath experience. If you missed last week's episode, you can go back to episode 6 after you listen to this one. It's really just a calming and beautiful companion to today's topic. Because today we're continuing our theme of caring for ourselves, not just through one-time practices, but through daily rhythms that help us live and love our real lives with peace and intention. Now, when I talk about rhythms, I'm referring to the gentle flow of your day. These are going to be consistent, supportive moments that keep you grounded and connected to yourself. Rhythms can be a little different from habits or routines because they're not about strict structure or perfection. Instead, they're really about listening to your body, honoring your energy, and creating steady times throughout your day that are going to remind you, I'm safe, I'm here. So, with that being said, I want to share just a little personal story about why this work is so important. I remember back when I was navigating through discovering infidelity in my first marriage and then eventually going through a divorce. And maybe some of you can relate to that experience or something similar where your world is kind of just shook and you don't really know what way's up, what way's down, where every day just felt unpredictable. Some mornings I would wake up with energy and hope for what the future held, and other days I felt like I could barely move through the fog of sadness, anxiety, and uncertainty about what my life had become. I really wanted to feel better, but I didn't know where to start because everything felt so heavy and unfamiliar. Big goals felt kind of impossible because I was already trying to hold on to so much change. And then one day I realized something. What I needed wasn't some big plan or someone else's advice on what I should do. What I needed was something really simple, something that I could do for myself even on the hardest days. I craved peace. Something to remind myself that I'm safe, I'm going to be okay, my kids are going to be okay. And that's when I began creating these small, gentle rhythms to help me move through my day. These small touch points throughout the day that helped me feel what I wanted most was peace. I came across this definition of peace that really stopped me in my tracks at that time. It said, peace does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of these things and still be calm in your heart. When I saw that, I just knew that's what I needed. I ended up making peace my very ever first word of the year, that's how important it was to me. That's how meaningful that definition was. So I started small, meditating for 5 minutes every morning and then journaling for 5 minutes. I did these things before I checked my phone, before I checked social media, before I checked email. It helped me to clear my mind and to start my day with peace. Doing this every day helped me live in that way that I wanted to feel, which was peaceful. Now, that's not saying everything that happened the rest of the day was peaceful, but I started the day with that intention, with that on my mind, and it helped me move through the day. Coming back to peace does not mean to be in a place where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of those things and still be calm in your heart. I could go back to that. I built the foundation of my day with that. So little by little, those rhythms really became that base, that foundation, where I got to create what it looked like. It didn't erase the pain, it didn't erase the stress or other things that happened, but it gave me something solid to stand on while I healed and beyond. Honestly, they helped me build the foundation for the life I have now, and that is a life that I truly love. So this is what I want to share with you today. All right. When your world has been shaken by betrayal, by loss, by major life changes, your body and your nervous system crave stability. Routines aren't about control or perfection. It's that rhythm. It's becoming a rhythm where it's about safety. It's about sending a message to your mind, body, and spirit that says, you're safe. You've got yourself. You can trust her and you can rest here. And these are really these quiet kind of anchors that are these simple, steady moments that keep you grounded when everything else feels uncertain. These small, predictable choices, like making your morning coffee slowly, taking a deep breath before stepping into something stressful, can really help regulate your nervous system and create emotional balance and really just remind you that you can handle whatever today brings. I really feel like your morning is your opportunity to begin again. Even if yesterday was hard, the sun still rose this morning. And I think it's cool to think of it as a gentle reminder from the universe that you get another chance to start again in your own way. Here's a few ideas for creating a healthy morning rhythm. I already shared my favorites, my two foundational pieces, which is the 5 minutes of meditation and 5 minutes of journaling. Some other things could be to take 3 deep breaths before you even get out of bed. Sit with your coffee or tea in the morning while listening to a meditation or prayer. Write down one intention for your day, something simple like, today I want to feel joy. And then ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do that helps me feel that way? Another idea for a healing morning rhythm could be moving your body. And maybe that looks like just doing a few stretches to start your day. Maybe it's going on a walk. Maybe it's doing a workout class. You get to decide what feels healing for you. Okay, so those are a few ideas. But again, this is personal to you. So taking a moment to think about what feels healing to you. Whatever it is, it needs to be a guide to yourself to say, I'm here and I can handle this day. Starting your day with that foundation helps everything else feel better, no matter what happens. Healing isn't something you just do once in the morning and then forget it. It's really something that you kind of come back to again and again throughout your day. So when you notice that chest tightening or your thoughts starting to race and ruminate, allow that to be your signal to pause and gently redirect. Maybe it's going out into the fresh air, drinking a full glass of water slowly, Placing your hand on your heart and whisper, I'm safe and I'm doing my best. Play a song that brings you back to yourself. Or even giving your mind a gentle task to do, like organizing a drawer, trying a new recipe, maybe just planning a dream trip, even if you can't take it yet. But giving yourself a problem to solve can be helpful to do that redirection. And just remind you that this isn't everything. What you're healing from isn't your entire life, it's a part of it. So there's a lot of other things that we can redirect our mind to remind us that life goes on. Each of these kind of pauses throughout the day that we can give ourselves is an act of self-care, a reminder that you're okay. You're okay. I know the end of the day can be challenging. Evenings used to bring me a lot of anxiety. There's something about the quiet of the night that allows that brain to just ruminate, think, go replay lots of different things. But we can create a space in our evening that can be one of the favorite parts of the day when we can shift to it being a time to restore and recharge instead of ruminate. Your mind and body really need closure from the day, a signal to it that says it's okay for us to just let go now. And so creating an evening rhythm that supports that can be really helpful. So there's lots of different ways that this can be done. And again, for everybody, it's going to be a little personal, but here's a few things that work for me. Dimming the lights to create a calm and cozy atmosphere. So using our senses is a great way to bring focus to our minds that something different is happening. So having the lights go down a little bit, lighting some candles, just creating a space that is, again, going back to what we want to create is restoring and recharging. So making our environment reflect that. Bringing back that journal. Maybe it's saying, I'm going to journal for 5 minutes every evening, not to like analyze and change things, but just to release what's in your mind, what's on your heart. Just getting it out can help with processing it. And then doing something like taking a hot bath, having a warm drink like tea or hot chocolate, or maybe it's just listening to a quiet prayer or meditation that, again, is going to signal to our minds and our bodies that it is time to rest. It's time to say, I did enough today. It's now time to let go. Okay, so maybe let's just take a moment to bring it all together here. Your daily rhythms don't have to be perfect. So it's not about creating this super structure and saying, I have to check off all these boxes. What our daily rhythms do is support the life that we want to live. They're gentle, repeatable actions that give your day and your heart some peace. Because healing doesn't happen in these big, dramatic moments. It happens in these small, quiet, consistent ones, the ordinary spaces of your real life. So maybe take a moment right now to think about this week and notice what brings you calm. What restores your energy? What's one small thing that you can do each day to support yourself in this? And I will tell you, when you ask yourself these questions and start there, your body will notice, your heart will respond. And when you start building these small rhythms into your day, over time, they will become this foundation of the life that you love. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here today. If this episode spoke to you, I would love for you to share it with someone who could use a little peace in their own life. And if you're craving deeper support, come join me inside the Love Your Real Life membership. It's where we explore practical healing tools, calming routines, and a community that reminds you you are not alone in this. Until next time, take a deep breath, move gently with yourself, and remember, you are healing. You are creating a life that you love, even in the smallest moments of your life. Thank you so much for listening to the Love Your Real Life podcast. I hope that today's episode was just what you needed. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And if you're looking for more support, check out the show notes for how to connect. Remember, no matter what your story holds, you are worthy of living a life that you love. Talk to you soon.